For this session's topic, we'll be talking about basic Java data types. Now, let's first try to define what is a variable before we dive into data types. Now, variables are nothing but reserved memory locations to store values. This means that when you create a variable, you reserve some space in the memory. Now, based on the data type of a variable, the operating system allocates memory and decides what can be stored in the reserved memory. Therefore, by assigning different data types to variables, you can store integers, decimals, or characters in these variables. Now, in Java, it supports the following primitive data types. So you have your byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, and char. So basically, that's around 8 primitive data types that Java supports. Okay. Now, in order for you to initialize a variable, you need first to type the data type, which is in this case, we have your int. Then, of course, we have our age, which is our variable name. Then we have the value. Okay, so that's how you would normally write your, or that's how you would normally initialize your variable. Now, you might be thinking right now, what's the difference between byte and short? Okay, now basically byte can have a minimum value of minus 128 and a maximum value of 127. Whereas short, on the other hand, has a minimum value of minus 32,768 and a maximum value of 32,767. So it differs from its value, length of its values. Okay, that's the difference, main difference between each data type. Now, another data type that Java often use is reference data type. Now, reference variables are created using defined constructors of a classes. So we need first and foremost to have a constructor. So we need to define a constructor of a class. So as you've noticed, I've already created another class here called student. Then this is basically the content of my class student. So we have here public class student. We have your public student as my constructor. Then I created a variable and called it string. Okay. Then we have the data type, and the data type of my name is, by the way, string. Okay, then I tried to output it here. Now, in order for me to pass value between my or reference my data type from one class to another, I tried to put it on my constructor, much like what I have here. Okay, so that's how you would reference your variable in your or just how you would reference your variable in Java. Okay.